But regardless, after that, yeah. Well, I mean, the third way is the front door. Yes. There's nothing to stop you from going through the front door. Given if you have a reasonable plan and execute it well, I mean, I'm not going to stop you guys. I'm just giving you as many options as you like. You can figure out your own plan from there. Anyways, what was it? What was I saying? Right. So besides the that quest, your group went ahead and started heading up to the wizard hut. Along the way, though, they they ran into the progenitor, just straight up, and he tried fighting the group, and yeah, he got clapped. So, um, by the time the progenitor died, a bunch of werewolf or werebears or whatever lycanthrope uh, is that was around him, they all got uncursed and turned into a bunch of naked dudes, and they all passed out. So I will put it back to that map. I'd say Kerfuffle, you're probably not here yet, but you'll probably show up later along the way. But here, let's go ahead and put it there. Actually, you know, what, for simplicity, I'm just gonna say after the fight happened, like at some point, Kerfuffle catches up, and I'll just put you there. You have no context, Kerfuffle. You just see a bunch of naked dudes on the ground next to your party.
All right.
All right, here we go. So all those guys, they're all naked.
And let's see. Oh, actually, yeah, I turn around and see Kerfuffle. I was like, oh, there you are.
I say, what's going on here?
Say it's finally done.
What's finally done?
They say, if you know, you know.
Say, but so we need after that we need a rest, short rest. There's so many of them.
I don't think we can take care of all of them.
You see, there's a guy who's right next to Ashton. He's like face down, ass up, and the ass is about like waist level.
You can see Ashton salivating.
I'm quite hungry.
Uh,
Mila's a
that's,
Mila.
so that's it. Kerfuffle just like has no reaction.
I'm just leaving.
You know, last session you actually helped us avoid an encounter.
I did. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it by not being there.
I basically just told them, like, they're like, oh, we're looking for you guys. I was like, well, if you're looking for us, then you know that Kerfuffle should be here with us, but he isn't, so that means he's invisible. He has a knife to your neck.
That's a good bluff.
Yeah, again, you know he's
So
gonna
I
hit.
saved a lot of resources.
Yeah,
nice.
we're trying to save as much resources as possible because after we see this wizard, we gotta go to you know. All right. Um. all these guys knocked out. I guess we rest here for an hour.
You're just gonna leave him like that?
You give him each a good berry or something?
Sure.
All right. So, at least to your knowledge, like these guys are all knocked out. They used to be lycanthropes, but what do you actually want to do with them?
Basically, like, I want to wake one up and see what's up.
Okay. So which one and how?
Go with this one.
Okay.
I will feed it a good berry.
Okay. Let's just say that's going to cause them to wake up earlier than the rest. Let's say some time passes, maybe like 30 minutes,
Okay.
and then he gets up. Are you doing anything to him like while he was unconscious or no?
Um, I guess yeah. I guess I would have wrapped. I guess I would have handcuffed them or whatever, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the rest of his friends? You're just gonna leave him lying around like this?
I don't think I have enough rope for everyone.
I got 50 feet.
Okay. So he gets up, and like the first thing he sees is a bunch of other naked men all around and laid down on the floor. And his first impression is that he's in danger, and you see him respond as such, and he starts panicking, and he starts kind of yelling. Do you do anything?
I say, whoa, whoa. I say, how are you feeling? The said the lycanthropy curse is finally lifted from you.
So you're trying to speak reason to this guy, right? But he's so he's so uh he's so panicked that he doesn't actually hear the words you're trying to say to him. He's saying he's trying to scream out for help, and he's thinking, "You- you're some kind of slave trader, aren't you?
What the?
You're trying to take me away."
Wait. You told me that they can't remember like what happened as a lycanthropy, as a lycanthrope.
I say, wait, you guys aren't selling them? What else are you doing with a bunch of naked men in the woods?
I give him a wink.
Say you were all cursed by you were all cursed by the progenitor of werewolves.
Roll persuasion to try to calm him down.
Okay. Yeah, animal handling. Put that back.
Okay. So you see him start to calm down a little bit, right? But he's still very, very wary of the situation. He's very disturbed, and he's saying, "I, I, I don't understand. Lycanthropy? What does that have to do with a bunch of naked men all around you?"
Because I said you all were werewolves. Look at the battle damage on us. You're welcome, by the way.
I I I have a hard time believing this. Are you sure you're not just role playing some kind of
I say,
strange kink?
I say, what was the last, what was the last thing you remember?
I
I look the totem
I
pack and I
I
say,
just remember taking a walk out in these parts, and then something hit me from behind. And I think for a long time I've been feeling hungry, but I couldn't I, I couldn't wake up.
Say yes. That is it's the horrific curse of the progenitor.
I this is this is this is too much for me to comprehend right now. I I was what, a werewolf?
You're either a were tiger or you are a were bear, to be precise, but the same thing.
They're all the same.
I look
Uh,
the I look the totem pack and I loudly say, "Here's that slippery oil you wanted."
slippery. What? What are you gonna do with that?
I hand back another bottle of oil and saying, "Oh, I've been keeping this safe for you just for this occasion. No worries."
I hold out my hammer and stake.
God.
I
He,
say,
he he starts to get creeped out by all this, and as he kind of like starts to back up, like crawling back, and he says, are you sure you're not some kind of sick people?"
say we're I say we're nuts. We are the lost. I say you seem to be all right. I was worried that you were one of those sick people that wanted to be a lycanthrope. So we can uncuff you. We can like untie you now. So here,
Uh, that right? He lets you untie him. Do you do it?
yeah, yeah.
All right, so he gets up and then he says, "I what am I supposed to do? I don't have any clothes."
I say, "Run."
That's,
Kidding.
The
um,
moment I head back to town, what am I supposed to say? Oh, I was a werewolf and now I'm human again? And then I walk in naked? They're going to think I'm crazy.
yes. Say, well, don't have spare clothes. Actually, the progenitor, he has he's he's got clothes.
Yeah, he's got some clothes, yeah.
Um, I say I say that here's the progenitor. He's he's dead now, but perhaps you can make use of his clothes if it fits. And then for the rest, I say you will have to help your your uh, your comrades by going to town and purchasing some clothes for them. I say I will give you I will give you 10 golds to just get some basic clothes. Surely that's more than enough.
Sure, I can at least get them something to put on.
I'll give them 10.
Where even are we right now? Where's the nearest town?
I see we are north of Laguna.
How far north?
It's not so far. How far? We're not that far, right?
It's quite a walk, right? Like going to the wizard house and then going back would take like half a day or so.
Yeah.
But you went during the morning, so you'd be back in the evening. But for this guy, I'd say yeah, he'd probably be back uh a lot sooner than that. Probably like either noon or earlier.
Yeah. I say you could probably make it back. You can probably make it back by noon.
Ugh, this is quite this is quite the predicament. Ugh, okay, fine. I'll figure it out.
Great. Well then, we'll leave it to you.
Wait, can I? You call yourselves the Lost? Can I get like at least an actual name, maybe, so I can at least explain this to someone?
Uh,
I'm sure not everyone's gonna believe me, but if I at least tell them who you are, maybe someone will believe me.
sure. Uh,
I say you may call us in that case their soul squad.
no, I say, yes, there's still over there. I say I'm Strider.
Right. Okay. All right. Um, thanks for the help. This is all very weird, but I guess I have to do it.
Say you can do it. I believe in you.
Who's who's gonna watch over these guys while I head to town?
I say, well,
I say I'll do it.
Oh,
deception.
All right. He looks at you and he says, That doesn't make sense. You guys are going somewhere, is what it sounded like."
Say, uh, well, our plan was to rest for an hour. Say that maybe they'll wake up by then.
All right. All right. If that's the case, sure. I'll just go now so there's less confusion by the time I'm back, hopefully. Um okay, I'm gonna go.
Right. See you then. All right. Okay. I guess like I guess we tried a short rest.
Okay. I'd say halfway throughout your short rest, the rest of them pretty much wake up.
All right.
And
I explain the situation to them the best of my abilities, and explain that uh one of your allies went to town to get some clothes.
okay. Roll persuasion to see how long it takes to get them to understand everything.
Okay. Can I get guidance from Crystal?
Sure.
Thanks. Okay. Nice. After explaining it the first time, it's easier to explain it the second time.
All right. So yeah, they're all wary and whatnot, but you explain it and get them to calm down and think about it enough that it doesn't make the process too long. In fact, they're all settled. They all gather in their own tent.
Nice.
But then there's also the guy who's very, very injured and unconscious by the time you got here. What are you gonna do about him?
We healed him a bit, right? And
Yeah,
we was it I bandaged him with the first aid kit, so he should be okay.
All right. Are you gonna leave him with the rest of these guys?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So okay. Yeah. So they all hang out in their own tent. You guys get your full short rest.
Nice.
So go ahead and do it.
He was conscious, like in like able to like listen in on the like what what I was explaining, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the spell we have in the bag?
Conjure animals.
You want me to put polymorph in there? I realize I could just do it before I short rest technically, because I get it back.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Okay. Mark, can I just say I used the spell slot to
Yeah.
put
Sure.
polymorph in there? Alright.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, and then I'll short rest.
That's value.
It is value.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, I missed one rule. Oh no. Wrong button.
I guess we'll short rest there still. All right. So with that, you guys completed your short rest. Do you guys just leave them to figure it out between themselves?
Yeah. What's up?
Do they need weapons?
I mean,
No
sure.
one's gonna mess with a group of naked men in the woods.
True.
They just they literally have nothing to their name.
I'll give them. I mean, they could run into some animals or something. I don't know. I'll give them long sword, a dagger, and I guess the honed long sword too. I'll give them 2 long swords and a dagger.
Sure. Are you sure you want to give this to them?
What?
Wait, I'm- oh, no. Okay.
Give them a torch if you're worried about animals.
Actually, when I was, oh, I guess it's silly for that. But I look at them. Can I like insight them? I can see like how they look now.
What is the purpose of this insight? Like, what are you trying to discern?
I'm trying to discern if if they truly don't remember anything.
Sure. Roll.
Okay.
Okay. So You see, for the most part, some of them remember a little bit more than the others, but generally, they all kind of line up to the same thing, except for one guy who seems to kind of remember most of it, and he said, I mean, yeah, to you it's clear that he remembers most of it. What what would you do to him?
Um, I pull him off to the side, like on his own. I'm like, hey, can I talk to you a second?
He says, "Sure. I mean, what do you want?"
I say, what do you remember? What was the last thing you remember?
I remember you showed up and knocked the shit out of me.
Oh shit. You just say it. Okay, I say, say you, so you do remember.
Yeah, I remember the whole thing.
Say, and how do you feel about that?
Uh, kind of embarrassing, if I had to be honest.
Okay.
I I don't like having to show my wiener out here in the public.
Say, what do you, say, say, do you regret anything that happens?
I regret ever trying to meet up with this progenitor guy that made all things go south from here.
Okay. Um, can I get insight on that? Like, I'm trying to gauge like whether um he seems like uh whether it seems like if he seems like he liked being a werewolf, or like if it looks like like he wanted to be a werewolf still or something. Like if he looks like regretful or whatever in his eyes.
Sure, roll.
Okay. Okay.
So you're not fully sure, right? But you kind of have a gut feeling he's holding something back. Not necessarily that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he has bad intentions. You just know he's not giving you the full details.
Okay. I say I telepathically say it's a photo pack and I pulled off on those weapons. I mean, something's not quite right. And then I say, okay. Um, well, in terms of nakedness, that'll be resolved shortly. Say, in fact, for now, I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier, but here, um, this wait, is this like part of the like is this on the map? Like, can I take this cloth?
Yeah, we could say that some of the people who were camping here who got killed,
Yeah.
their clothes are still there.
Okay. So then we take their clothes or like take them like use it to like cover yourself.
Right, you see that he puts it on, right, but doesn't really fit quite well, but it's better than nothing. And he says, "Ah, that's better than being naked, I suppose."
Right. Well, that's it then. glad you're. I said I'm glad you guys are rid of your curse.
Yeah, well, I guess there's a new problem now to deal with.
Yes.
Hey, what would that be?
Well, I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do now. I mean, I wasn't in full control myself, but when I was,
I walk away mid-sentence. I don't care what he has to say.
My God.
he says that and he's just like, the hell? That was rude.
Damn. Oh,
I thought he had a real problem.
man.
All right, you guys do anything else?
I say,
Go ahead.
I say, you know what? Hold on. I say, um, there's, I say, if you're looking for work or something, then I can tip you off to some people that might hire.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Before any of this even happened, I didn't really have a good lifestyle, so I'll take work anytime.
I said, all right. I say, there's this man. There's this man named Gaspard that runs a farm. A giant farm. It's hard work, but it's it's he treats his employees well.
Farming, huh?
Yep.
You know, maybe it's best to get away from the capital and just go farming after all.
It's a quiet life, but there's people you can speak with and interact, so it's not lonely.
Sure. Uh, I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna get there, but sure.
All right. You can you can make your way. I mean, all right. Settled. Let's go.
Oh, as we're leaving, I speak to Raymond and I say, "That'll be a hard life to readjust to. You think we did the right thing?"
Who's to say? But at least now they can decide what they wish to do. We gave them that chance.
You're right. I wonder how they'll turn out.
See them at the final arc.
Yeah.
They just show up and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?"
They're gonna be like Gandalf at the end of the last movie. They could just show up with like an army to help us defeat the last boss.
Is
An
be
army
like
of naked men.
an army.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah, dude.
God.
Amazing.
Army of farmers led by Gaspard.
True.
Oh yeah. They just have a bunch of like ex-soldiers, so they're like physically like much stronger than a normal traditional farmer.
Start Vinland Saga season 2, bro.
Good. All right. I guess we keep heading towards the wizard. Oh wait,
Oh yeah, we haven't even gotten to the wizard tower
wait,
yet.
my treasure senses are tingling. I finally.
Checked out the house already, right?
Could we go into this? I don't remember.
Wait, another potential kerfuffle item?
What's that?
I don't know how gonna compare to what you had. The drums. Seems pretty good though. Regardless.
Okay. Technically, you could play it.
This is requires a team by bar.
Does it? I thought you said you could play it without being attuned to it.
Oh, does it? Right now.
Unless I'm misreading it, which is very possible. Oh no, it does require. I didn't scroll down. Shame on me. I say, so what was up with the progenitor's weird arm?
Don't know. It was also quite the spellcaster until he wasn't. Kept trying to use polymorph. And his concentration kept breaking.
Not as good of a spellcaster after all.
Indeed.
That fight, I feel like it could have been so different.
Oh, for sure.
Because we had the broom.
I can't even lie. I didn't know you were airborne. Initially, Owen. I just saw you standing there next to the T-Rex, and
Oh.
I was just horrified.
No, I mean, at one point I was actually in range, so I had to like misty step out of it.
Okay.
Because I was like 20 feet up, and when he polymorphed to the T-Rex, he was technically like could hit me,
Oh shit.
or like 15 feet up or something.
Such a good item. No constant or no attunement.
Hell yeah.
All right, so you guys go closer and closer to the Archmage Cavaldi that you've been hearing about from a few different people or from even library and the books and whatnot. Um, but supposedly this Archmage guy used to work for the court. He was formerly assigned to work with the king specifically, but he's retired since then, and he's just kind of this just this wizard guy who's just living and away from the capital, just doing his own business at this point. That said, he has a lot of magic power, probably some connections, and most of all, he's uh he's owned supposedly a bank, a very special bank, but it's shut down for quite a while now, based off of some newspapers he read in the library. Regardless, you get closer and closer to his hut, and you start to hear like wind crackling. You hear the sound of fire erupting. You even feel some tremors in the ground, and you hear kind of like the sound of a waterfall, even though there's not really any waterfall that's part of this cliff. And you can't help but wonder what the heck is happening. And as you get closer and closer, you see that there's some kind of elemental chaos happening somewhere in the distance. Do you guys pace or do you run at it?
Go up tempo, I guess. See what's up.
Okay. So does that mean you guys are running towards it? Or are you just gonna walk casually?
I say like a quick jog.
Okay. All right, you get closer and closer, and the way that the cliff is set up, like you don't have a direct line of sight. You'd have to go around the corner and whatnot. But eventually, as you guys turn the corner, you see the Archmage in a very interesting predicament. Uh, and he turns around and he says, "Oh, hey there! Would you mind giving a little help?" and and you see all these elementals kind of going towards him aggressively.
Say, oh boy. Can we position ourselves?
Open the what?
So can we position ourselves a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I'd say 3 tiles.
I'm just kidding.
I think David could do that. It's only one way to go.
Get in there, Shane.
Call me Erwin.
That's okay.
Susume.
Okay, can I go?
No.
You said no.
You can go whenever everyone's ready.
Yeah, is everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Parker, baby.
Looks like everyone's ready.
Thank you. I'm gonna attack this guy. Well, there's a wall. Okay, well, I'm gonna attack this guy. Okay, about that. If I use this move since there's a wall. Okay, never mind. I don't even know where the wall is.
You know, I'm just gonna delete the walls.
I heard that.
This map looks sick.
Yeah, I like this map. It's actually animated.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Does this thing have what kind of speed it has? Oh, okay. So you see this thing jump inside the water for a bit, and then it shoots itself out, kind of like one of those geysers. And then the splat of water lands and expands itself right next to you.
Attack.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Baddest crit of your life. What's this?
Close enough. Close enough. And then I
Just like,
Oh yeah, that fucking the thing that's named like you're going up towards them, but you're running away from them.
unrelenting.
Okay, well that's its turn because I had to get up here.
If you want to, Edgar, you can cast the bag from my pocket.
The summon animals?
No, it's polymorph.
Oh, who am I polymorphing?
It's up to you. I guess. Fuck it. I mean, they're so big. Yeah, there's like this.
Okay.
All right, you could just give yourself polymorph, and I guess the DC is not gonna matter.
Target crystal.
Yeah. You just need to get the concentration started. I'll do the actual transformation myself. What are you transforming him into?
The only thing that matters, the T-Rex.
Okay.
A frog.
I'm a frog.
Oh shit. Oh, you literally can't fit into that one spot, so I'm gonna put you over here.
Oh my god. Okay.
Alright, that is your main action.
Large and in charge. You got all these giant mites. Alright, let's see what the wizard can do. Archmage. Of all the...
Wait, what? Why does he get dragged? What the?
What the hell? He's dead.
He's scared.
That animation, bro. What is that? Oh wait. Oh no, never mind.
Use that.
What happened?
It's like, because it procced me to use the thing. I don't know how much damage it's gonna do. I'm just not gonna.
Oh, he's about to hit you.
Yeah. I can't. Oh. It's been an absolute honor, boys.
Going?
What is this song?
What's it from?
Who knows? It's from Baldur's Gate.
It's from Outer Wilds, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. I remember hearing the song back in Timberhearth.
Exactly.
For the king.
Yeah, I think it's when
It's on
he.
Oh.
Yeah, I think when he enters your space, it happens. So.
This is what I have to look forward to when I get to level 10. Miss. Alright. Who's this back on this? This is sure.
Alright, so Potent Pack is on fire at this point. If you want to douse yourself, it's gonna cost an action. Otherwise, you're gonna keep. Well, yeah, you can also jump into the water, but it's either an action, jumping into the water, or you're just gonna keep taking fire damage.
Dive into the water elemental.
Is it like a 1d6 or 1d8?
It's the fire dot. It's 1d10.
Oof.
Hey.
Just roll a 1.
Well, I have resistance. I think I should be okay.
Don't really have a lot. So, fuck it. Let me look at the contents of that.
Piss on him.
I mean, okay. I take out one of the gallon jugs filled with water, and I throw it on photo pack.
You throw the water onto Potent Pack
Yeah,
or the container.
the water.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay. I guess. Are you gonna do it from a distance, or are you gonna get up close and then douse it?
I get as close as as reasonably I need to, I guess.
Okay. All right. So if you get close, no check needs to be made, and yeah, you can put it out.
Okay. And then and then
Right.
turn that one.
And that is your main action.
I have a question. For my broom, if I give it the command word to, like, basically fly above me, like 30 feet or something, is that a free action? Or, like, what type of action is it? The description doesn't say.
I guess it'll be a free action.
Oh, sick. Okay. Well, I tell the broom to hover 30 feet above me, and then I'm gonna bonus action to face step onto it.
Sure.
Where do I get this?
Does the broom not go with you when you face step?
Oh, I mean, I guess I could. Like, did I have it equipped? I assumed I, like, I don't know how we want to rule that.
I just assumed that it would go with you.
Okay, yeah. Well, in that case, I don't do that. I'll just have it. I'll just face step up with the broom equipped. All right. And then where
That
am
is
I? Guys, I see the back rooms.
Wait, I saw where you went. I was just like, I don't think you want to be there.
All right. And I haven't really injured anything much. Okay. I'll start shooting this one.
I'm glad the system's smart enough to not give you disadvantage.
Yeah. All right. And I'll go up another 50 feet.
All right. Okay, Hargrave. This earth elemental burrows itself into the cliff, and just like I'm assuming you're Spider-Man walking on the cliff. So if that's the case, he's gonna meet you right next to you as he dashes and burrows.
David, start doing work. Thank you.
Nah. Let's go, dude.
Boo. I forgot you were 80 feet in the air.
Huh? Oh,
I
what were you
forgot
trying
you.
to do?
Oh, trying to get him away from you.
Oh. Appreciate the thought.
I mean, if it works, you still could have got a free OA with the T-Rex. I mean, pretty hype.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. These things are formless, right?
Yeah. That's why it's able to step into you.
Yeah. bonus action to. What's this?
I guess the earth elemental is
Physical.
has a form.
Yeah. I will. I'll try attacking the fire elemental.
All right.
F. Oh my god.
F.
That is unfortunate.
Um, hmm. Yeah, fuck it. I'll take the fire damage from whatever he does. Actually, I'll action surge. And I will dodge. Use my hit dice. And I'll take that away from the earth elemental.
Okay.
Nice. Calculating. I'll be right here.
All right.
Waiting for the fireball or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to look through his spells just to make sure I don't miss something. Oh, that should have hit the other guy too. Let me roll for him.
guess I'll low away.
Yeah, sure. Here, I'll put him right back here.
Oh my god.
Why, this mother don't miss.
I attack that dude.
Sure.
Do you have the bag of holding thing, Rayla?
I
do
do.
I don't think so.
So wait, the fire element. Oh, it's still the surrender one. Okay.
The decanter of endless water is in the bag of holding. I don't know if that could do anything.
Sure. There's also 6 jugs of water in there.
Ah.
Alright, well, that being said, I prefer not to be in this mess, so I'm going to... Oh shit.
Unless you're flying above the T-Rex, try not to occupy the T-Rex's space.
I am about to, yeah. I swoop up, I swoop down, so I get the the damage bonus.
Sure.
And then I'll swoop up. How tall is the this elemental?
It is 10 feet tall, I guess.
Okay. I'm gonna hex. Or actually, I still have my old hex. I'm just gonna move that here. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah. Then I'll go up another 40 feet.
F.
hit the fire elemental. Oh my god. I hit him.
As you hit him, you feel a burning touch.
That's hard.
F.
I don't feel anything.
The air elemental is going to go out of your attack range, Hargrave.
Okay. Where Oh wait, I can move.
I will transfer that.
Okay.
Onto this guy.
Then we'll sweet. Amazing.
F.
See you later.
Yeah. Alright, getting my hex here. Oh shit. I'm actually not in range. I'll go down a little bit.
Can't do anything for that, buddy.
Oh. Alright. I guess Hargrave just gets pounded in. His plate mail is protecting him from slashes and piercings, but something as bulky as a boulder itself is just gonna fuck him up.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You see, he's very rock hard. Oh, but you still get it. Wow, that was.
I didn't
Oh,
use
you didn't do.
Great Weapon,
You
man.
didn't do the great weapon, man.
Oh, yeah. If only you did it.
Whoa. Oh, you get smite? Nah, don't smite.
The one time you didn't, Jesus.
How
Oh wait,
could you
oh,
not
you didn't
trust?
with the other one. That was actually unlucky one.
Nice.
Nice.
Pokeball comes calling.
But that's yeah.
Good thing you're resistant to fire.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why, but like the targeting keeps switching to me after every attack.
Oh, it's because of the damage reflect thing bugging out on you.
I see. Okay. Cause I'm like, damn, Mark hates me, bro. He's really targeting out here targeting me like this.
No, it's I guess
Yeah.
it's just a bug they haven't fixed yet. Hopefully they fixed it in the next major patch.
I'm gonna re-roll this one.
All right, sounds good.
Just roll one more time. And as a bonus action, I will second.
Random thing. Do you guys always have HDR turned on?
What?
HDR, do you have it turned on all the time?
I used to, and I really like it. Because it's just easier on my eyes. But then Steven started complaining that he couldn't ever watch me play games because HDR was like messing with his contrast. I'm like, brother, you should change your settings.
Incredible.
So as the combat goes out, the archmage goes next to you, puts it back, and he douses your fire with a quick gust of air. And he says, "Sorry about that, and thanks for helping."
I give the archmage a puzzled look, and I nod, and I say, "What may we call you?"
Oh, the name's Cavaldi. Good to see all of you. Is there a reason why you came here to see me?
I say, there is, telepathically, and then I turn back.
a druid. Are you part of the Enclave?
I say, I said, not necessarily, but I do worship Mileki.
Interesting.
Um,
Maybe you can tell me a bit more about that. But I assume after a combat like that, you all want to spend some time and relax and rest up.
I'd
Or
like
am I
that.
wrong?
I'd like that. Um,
Great, then I'll just give us a cat nap.
oh, fantastic.
I'll see you in 10 minutes. And he just snaps, right? Without really like asking who's gonna catnap. And I'll just say the whole party gets to catnap for 10 minutes.
The T-Rex
Yo.
is napping.
I think I get nothing from it. That's okay.
I get my ball shit back.
Oh wait, I get my face step back. That's right.
Nice. Right.
Another short rest.
Yep, I say, yeah, I feel refreshed.
Great. It just gave me just enough time to gather all my stuff. Anyways, go ahead. Ask me whatever you like.
Alright, I say, good thing we came when we did. I was told by someone from the Enclave to ask you what you found when you studied with them.
Someone from the Enclave. Do you have a name?
What was his name again?
Let me check. His name was Raylo, I think.
Oh yeah, Raylo. The guy that's he's a shipper. Say it was Raylo.
Ah, that guy. Yeah, I remember a thing or two. But if we're going to talk what I think we're going to talk about, my question to you is there something going on with you if you're going to ask questions about that?
Me? There's a lot of things going on with me.
No, 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 not that. I mean this. As he puts his index finger next to your forehead and he glows his finger a bit and he says, "Is there something going on in there?"
He says you have a tumor.
Let's say, don't. I'm sorry, I don't quite understand.
Let me put it this way. As a practitioner of the Enclave, you try to talk to Bileki. Isn't that right?
Oh, yes. I I understand what you mean. The I haven't been able to hear from her, and although that is somewhat changing with the past couple days, I've been able to um, I've been able to unlock chakra points in my body.
chakra. Hmm. I do notice that you have some magical veins inside of you that seem to not exactly be completely flowing. I wonder if they're talking about that. As you
Yes.
see, he kind of has glowing eyes as he's kind of observing you.
Oh shit.
And he
He's
says,
using.
"Hmm, well, I think you're mostly on your way there. But is that the reason why you're trying to go see me?
It's uh, it's partially the reason. Just half the reason.
Yes, I was about to say you're just keep up what you're doing and you'd be fine, even without my help.
Oh, really. Uh, But what about your findings?
My findings. Oh, that's right. My findings. Right. So the whole reason why I'm asking you if there's something happening in there, as he points to your forehead,
Yeah.
it's because there's someone who shouldn't be listening.
Yes.
When you tried to talk to me, Lecky, did something interesting happen?
Interesting is a strong is a word for it. But yes.
Right, right, right. All right. Then we're not really in a good spot right now. If I want to talk about my findings, we wouldn't want that thing to hear about it.
Is there a way to exclude them?
Right. There is. But I have to ask, do you want these friends of yours to know as well?
They,
I say, hold on, Ashton. I'm gonna cast Tiny Hut inside your brain.
oh my god. I say
I don't think you want to find out what happens if you try that.
it's
I said, now I really just want to try it.
no, please. But yes, I do trust these I do trust my allies.
Right.
Although
Then a physical barrier is not necessary. Well, you said although something?
I, there was one of us tried to attack me, but I think we're okay.
All right. Well, your interpersonal relationships is not really my business, but I just wanted to let you know we can still talk about these things, but if you wanted to keep it a secret, I can help with that too. But if you do not care, then I have the simple solution. Here, why don't you go ahead and step up right here, and let me put my palm on your forehead real quick.
It's his hand gets immediately covered with dirt.
All right. And with that, there shouldn't be anyone listening in.
Incredible.
I say, how do you feel, Ashton? Do you feel any different?
Hmm.
Or Strider?
I say it feels like I put on a mask.
Okay.
Mentally.
I suppose that's a semantic that you could abide by. Yes. Now, you wanted to know about my findings. Well, let's see. Hmm. And the summons a book that just appears out of thin air as it kind of just flips through the book really, really quick, and he says, "You know, let's let's put this in the nicer setting. This grass is nice and all, but I think it would be nicer if we had a nice chat in the air." As he claps, right?
Oh, wow, wow.
You guys are just floating in the middle of the air. You feel like you're standing on a solid surface, but you're actually in the middle of the air.
Damn.
Say, why are all wizards I run into so fucking eccentric?
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball characters.
I say, do you happen to know any wizard by the name of Jim?
Oh, I don't like Jim. He's weird.
Damn.
You ran into him?
Yeah, we have this T-Rex here. He tutored underneath him and learned some spells.
T-Rex. Oh, that T-Rex used to be a hooded man, right?
That's right.
Did he want to turn back? Or did he just want to stay that way?
He wants to stay that way.
Okay, I won't question it. All right, so now that we've set the scene and we can relax and talk about things, I guess I can actually go through this now. Hold on, give me a second to find my notes wherever they are. I should have wrote them somewhere. All right, so I have a few things of findings, but do you think you can narrow down the questions a bit? You can even ask about yourself or what's that thing in your head. Or you could even go with what happened.
Right. All of the above. But let's start off with who is that?
Ah, right. Well, this is going to be a bit of a talk, but sure, let's get started. And you seem kind of thinking and ruminating about how he's gonna explain this all to you. As I try to find some music for this. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, have you ever heard of the name Aaravos?
Aaravos? No.
Well, how about I first start off with what he is? Do you know what a star-touched elf is?
No.
Well, if I had to say, in summary, the star-touched elves are an ancient race. Think before the world you know it as it is right now. I think there's at least 2 cycles, in theory, where the world has rebirthed itself already.
Really?
Some, In summary, yes. In theory, the world has already died twice. And they were of the first trial. Do you follow so far?
Sure.
Well, from there, we'll build into a bit more about what they are like. You see, from a long, long time ago, when these star-touched elves came around, in theory, they they've mastered the magics. They've created the magics that we use today. Whether if you're a wizard or a cleric or a paladin or a warlock, they saw magic as something so universal that they didn't have to practice under one school. They learned all of it as if it's one fundamental thing. They didn't rely on gadgets or focuses. It simply came to be out of their thin hands. Can you imagine a world like that?
It sounds. It sounds incredibly powerful.
Right. And they were some of the most powerful beings. But then, their magics, though top of the line, they continued to push their research further and further. But what happens when you see that your magic is so powerful? It can alter the world in the snap of a finger. How would you feel about that?
Hmm.
I
Insecure.
would use only my powers for good.
Say uh, there is that worry of someone using it unjustly.
Right. So then, these elves, they thought of the same thing. They thought too much power belonging to even a single person, even a group of people, especially, it would be too much. And so they held off that research. But you know, star-touched elves are a very greedy race. Very greedy for information and knowledge. They don't stop at anything. Though most of them manage to get around and convince each other to draw a line. Not all of them agreed. But from there, it's a little unclear in my findings what actually happened to their race after. After all, the world died twice. What drove them extinct was a little unclear. But based on what I have found about them, they actually ran into a big issue with magic practices. Tell me, what do you think is a wizard's biggest obstacle in
Coun-
learning a spell?
Counterspell. I mean, no, what?
That's
True.
Uh,
So valid.
biggest obstacle learning a spell is the obtaining the knowledge to learn such spell.
Think broader than that.
Mm.
What do you need in order to have the capacity to learn?
A brain.
Knowledge.
No, let's go even broader than that. You need time. And as such, because they needed time to learn everything, especially the most ancient of spells, world altering ones, they needed to alter their physical bodies.
Just say, just get good. Learn how to cast immediately.
I don't think it works that way for magics we don't understand.
Oh,
I mean, some of the spells that I have, it takes a whole day to learn. And if you manage to learn that much in just the span of an instant, well, let's just say you'd be on level with a god at that point.
see, I I just get my spells as my connection to Maleki deepens.
Right. Well, that's being passed down a spell. But I'm talking about learning a spell from scratch without a god's help.
Hmm.
These are the things that the star-touched elves try to do. They don't rely on gods. In fact, some of them even think that they are. They are their own gods.
I see. Suppose if one was powerful enough, they could feel that way.
For all intents and purposes, if one of these elves survives, there wouldn't be much difference between one of them and a god.
Precisely. They are very, very powerful. Now, most of them, they altered their physical bodies. But what they didn't know, and this is just a hunch that I have, their formulas were not accurate enough to sustain them for an eternity. A lot of them simply vanished one day. But that's strange, don't you think? They've mastered magic to the point where they can learn almost anything at will without the help of a god. Such a race is so smart. But how is it possible that they would make such a mistake? Something very critical, very life threatening, in the sense that it's not that they die physically, but they simply stop existing. Although that is more of a philosophy question at that point. But I'm not going to delve there. But do you see what I'm trying to portray here? They are very, very powerful and very smart creatures. And yet, somehow, they went poof. Don't you find that strange?
They, doesn't it's tied to their greed for knowledge? Perhaps they delved too deep and use ancient knowledge that they shouldn't have.
Perhaps. But they've existed for so long. So then, I wonder. In my investigations, I've found traces that one of them still exists. Isn't it strange that the rest of his kind is gone? But he still exists. Somewhere out there.
I see. You're saying that it's possible that he is responsible for the death of the theoretical death of all the other star-touched elves.
This is possible.
Hypothesis for sure. Makes sense.
And that's exactly what he is. A star-touched elf. And for him to be talking to you, I assume you talked to him when you talked to Miliki,
Good.
then you are in quite the trouble. And I do not know how to help you from there, unfortunately.
I see.
I do not know how you would deal with these star-touched elves. or rather, Aaravos himself. But what I can do for you is at least give you a means of finding the answer. And I mean, I suppose you would do this anyways, now that I think about it. But although I don't know how to deal with them, you might be able to find a way with the druids, with the Enclave.
That's that makes sense. And I say, is there a way to keep up with this mind blank spell? If I were to go to the Enclave and this Aaravos was listening in, wouldn't that be an issue?
Well, it is up to you if you want him to hear your plans or not.
I do not.
Then it would be an issue. So, on that note, if you ever need to talk again, just let me know, and I can set something up. Perhaps I might take a visit at the Enclave myself at some point, and then I can help.
I see. All right, that's would help. And then so you're saying that Aaravos is responsible for all these things, but we do not know the intentions.
I do not know what motivations Aaravos has, and I do not know what his goals are. But let me put it this way. His line of thinking is probably of a god's line of thinking. And that is something very hard to comprehend.
Well, I hate God, so probably hate Aaravos too.
Well, let's see. Well, we did learn a lot from this. Thank you. What else? It's okay. Okay, so this is, I say on another note, do you know about the resistance?
Ah, yes. Why do I know? Because I have a friend.
Friend?
Yes. I have a friend who is in the resistance. In fact, it was only a matter of time until he would ever reach out to me. I knew him before the resistance even became a thing. And I always owed him a favor from a long time ago.
I say, well, good. I say, and we're speaking to another friend from the resistance. Say, will you help us when the time comes?
Yes, I can. But I would like a favor first.
Say, what do you need?
Well, you see, I am not in my prime anymore. Back in the days, I would be able to do so many things, and those elementals are simply something I could just dismiss in a snap of a finger. But I am not like that anymore. Uh, Unfortunately, have you heard of my bank? The one that shut down?
I've heard a few things.
Yes, yes, yes. I have a vault full of a lot of gold that I'm willing to donate a good portion of it. If you could get rid of the security parameters that went haywire in my vault that I cannot deal with.
I see. Alright. See what I can do. See what see what can be done.
Yes. To put it lightly, the the defenses I've had, let's just say my magic in particular is not going to be very useful against them.
Oh, it's, that's troubling news.
But specifically, my magic is not going to be that useful against them.
Alright.
And that is why I need a third party, such as yours, that would be strong enough to shut them down yourselves.
Would our magic work?
Yes, it would work fine. It's simply my magic that would be the issue.
I see. They well, alright.
Now, the thing about this vault, here it is. And he brings out a bag and he says, if you were to step inside, you'd simply be inside of the vault.
Oh. Okay. Um
But you would need to clear everything out. However, I would be very careful. And I can warn you as much as you'd like about all the details of all the security parameters set up, if you would like.
I
Or you
see.
can go in for a surprise if that is your style.
No, no. But is there a way that we could postpone going in? Because
Oh yes, yes, yes. You don't have to do it today. You can do it another day. That is fine. The bank's not going anywhere. It's going to be with me.
okay, let's say, would you be able to meet with us at the at town tomorrow?
At town. Ah, I did not make. I don't like making an appearance in the capital. You see, I get bothered a lot by people,
I see.
and so at most, what I can do is meet you perhaps a little bit outside of the capital.
Right, meet us halfway.
Sure, sure, that would work. Is there a landmark you can refer to?
Say there was some camps set out about halfway here.
Sure, I can meet you there.
All right then. I say that being said, you wouldn't happen to be powerful enough to teleport us back back to town, would you?
No, I would not.
All right.
I believe the physics of this world, due to the scattering, you can only teleport up to 500 feet.
I see. All right.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Hmm. Forgive my doubt, but I've seen my kin teleport great distances from our underground cities.
Did this just happen?
Hmm. That is something I'm not aware of. Interesting. Maybe you can tell me a little more about that.
The design was based on a legendary weapon of a once great king of ours. The weapon was lost to time, but some of the technology remains in the hands of our ancient whitebeards.
Well, in the meantime, for perhaps the last era of humans or so, me amongst them, from what I've studied, there was never a trace of teleportation that would go beyond 500 feet.
I say, I
So,
bet the star elves could teleport more than 500 feet.
Maybe they just ran really fast.
who knows? I was not able to obtain such a knowledge. But I will say the scattering is something that is very, very associated with this limitation. I have heard of spells that would take you across planes, even,
What do you
but they simply do not work now.
what do you know about the scattering?
The scattering. Well, I simply know that the origins cannot really be traced down so easily. It is a phenomena that started abruptly, and there is no trace or recorded reason why. But in terms of its behavior, it is erratic. It happened very infrequently hundreds of years ago, maybe once in 100 years, but as of lately, it would exponentially happen more often to the point where I think I think this year in particular it happened twice.
Say, would the scattering be the work of ancient magic?
Are you saying if Aaravos has something to do with it?
Perhaps, or perhaps just a god in general.
Perhaps a god, perhaps Aaravos. Again, I do not know of the origins. It's something that is hard to trace because it happens on a global scale. How would you know where it comes from? It just started happening. And it happens at random intervals, it feels like, at times as well.
The- Hmm. All right.
But I know that it happens. It happens more often as time goes on. And there is no particular pattern in it choosing who gets teleported to a random place in the world.
Well, dynamite. All right. Then I thank you for your knowledge. Greatly appreciated.
Oh, no worries. And then he snaps his fingers as you guys go back to land.
Okay, but we must be off. We need to we have an appointment.
All right, very well. I will see you at the camp uh,
Come on.
tomorrow at this time.
All right. Hold on.
All
Blue
right.
skies.
Also, would you like any hints on things you might need to bring before you go see me?
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, not sure if this will change what you're going to supply yourselves with, but my vault is full of a lot of nasty golems that I've created in my prime. Are you familiar with these constructs?
Not necessarily.
I have a bit of knowledge of them, but I'm not sure we share the same structure of these golems.
I see. Well, I have mostly a few models at hand. Let me see if I can bring out my manual. As he flips through his pages, he uh, he spots a few and he says, "Well, I'm not sure what materials dwarves have created their golems with, but the most common golem I've created is a clay golem. Then, from there, I would have at least one iron golem and one platinum golem, and the strongest thing is a cobalt golem."
But any items do you recommend?
Right. I see that some of you are armed with weapons. I would suggest making sure that they have some level of enchantment. Otherwise, you'd be doing absolutely nothing to these golems. Another thing to note is for the clay golems in particular, I would be careful of being slammed by their fists. You see, I've enchanted them so that you cannot receive healing spells after taking damage.
Is that limited just to spells?
Well, let me re explain the situation. I mean, when you are hit by the slams, it's not that you cannot receive heals, it's more that your life force itself is getting drained. There is nothing to heal because the capacity of your life force is smaller. Does that make sense?
You can see Potempak, a horrified look comes over his face as he remembers his life force being drained by that giant necrotic lance that he faced a few days ago.
Yes, so I would say the clay golem, although it is the most common golem I have, I would watch out and make sure that you don't take on too many. There is no, there is no, how should I put it? There is no shame in stepping out of the vault and simply coming back in. Pace yourselves just fine, but I would also say it is up to you how much time you really want to spend on this vault. Perhaps you might want it all done in a day, or you might take a long time. But I suppose when you have a star touched elf messing with you inside of your head, I think you'd likely want to finish up fast. Anyways, that is the clay golem. Uh, In terms of weaknesses, I would just make sure you do not hit them with any acid. Acid tends to heal them. Their properties heal clay altogether.
That's most unfortunate.
Anyways, there's still the three other models if you'd like to hear about them. I assume you're interested.
Yeah.
Right. Then there is the Iron Golem. Now, although their fists do not reduce your life force, they have instead a poisonous breath that would deal quite a lot to a person. So be prepared for poison. And in terms of things to hit them with, I just suggest to not hit them with fire, as that would simply invigorate them some more. They their core runs on heat, so to give them more heat is simply doing the same as healing them. And then there is the Platinum Golem. Uh, they're not. They're also of a type that does not drain your life force with their fists, but they, instead of a poisonous breath, they have they have a tendency to blast everything around them with with radiant energy. So expect radiant damage, and expect that you might lose sight due to that.
See. Alright.
And I will say another thing. I couldn't help but notice that your companion here has a nice and very useful broom. The vault has a very low ceiling, unfortunately. So I would be very wary of how you position yourselves when fighting these golems.
Yeah, oh, that's unlucky. My my go-to wild shape is a flying creature. I'll have to adapt.
Let's see here. Right. And do try to be careful when you're trying to run away from the platinum golem. If you do get hit as you're trying to run, you'll find that you get pinned down. You cannot move at all. Lastly, my magnum opus, the cobalt golem. Now this one is, to say the least, the strongest of all, the most durable of all, and to be quite frank, the deadliest, especially to those who go close to it. Where you see, it has this nice feature where it spins and cleaves everything around it. Therefore, if you have a lot of creatures surrounding it, they will all simply get slashed.
How intelligent are your golems?
They're like not intelligent at all.
They are as intelligent as you set up your command on it. So, for the most part, not very intelligent. They just simply blindly follow instructions.
So would they be most likely to attack whatever's closest to them?
If it were programmed by a normal wizard, yes. Unfortunately, I took the time to be meticulous about it and at least gave it some level of tactics.
I see.
In any case, most of them shouldn't be too difficult in terms of tactics. They should they'd likely default to hitting what's closest to them. So I would take advantage of that. I will just warn you though that as the fight goes on, they may adjust their strategy. Anyways, besides that, for the Cobalt Golem, I would also watch out, uh, as it does have a tendency to activate a lightning conduit on itself, where lightning literally runs through its body. At that point, when that is happening, you'll find yourselves shocked in each time you strike. So I would watch out if you were planning to swing your sword at such a time.
I'm not liking my chances against any of these golems.
And lastly, I I notice that your party wears a lot of armor. I will also warn you that the Cobalt Golem has a very strong magnet. Therefore, if you were to try to run, it probably would try to pull you back.
So, well, that's good for a Totem Pack. He doesn't want to run away.
Is he able to turn this magnet on and off at will?
I think, yes, actually. It would just simply turn it on until you were close to it, and it would turn it off.
Ah.
Anyways, the last thing to note is that every one of these golems are built to be quite resistant to magic. And I mean in the sense that you'll see that when you normally would be able to apply some kind of condition, you'll find that it doesn't affect them at all.
Good to know.
Yes. So, with all this information, surely I trust that you will come up with a good plan, and I bid you good luck.
Just hit him with force damage. Easy plan.
Exactly. I don't have to pay attention to any of this.
Alright. Then we'll be off.
Very well.
And get back. Reset these horse.
Okay. So, are you guys heading back to the capital?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's call a 10-minute break.